All right, welcome to Think Big, Dream Big, another production of Biddles Investment Group. We're here to talk about investing today and get the shirt. I'll figure out how to put a link in the video if you would like a shirt. We've got some other designs as well. But let's jump into the course material. Thank you guys for attending today. Today, we want to talk about investing and personal financial planning. Now, the reality is 78% of adults live paycheck to paycheck. 60% of adults, that should be don't keep a budget. 66% of families do not have an emergency fund. 80% of adults experience barriers to home ownership, and states scored C, D, or F for high school financial literacy. So these are some amazing statistics that are, we've got to get ahead of this. Families have got to get ahead of this. Minorities especially have got to get ahead of this. We need to be able to pass down generational wealth. And so here at Biddles Investment Group, we're a financial, investing, and business consultant. And we have three pillars. The three pillars are achieve healthy finances. The next pillar is invest to grow your money. I'm sorry, my fingers are outside of the thing. And the third pillar is explore your passions to create additional income. And so right now, this presentation will be focused on the second pillar. We will do a small business presentation. It is quite long, so I might have to work to reduce that. But with no further ado, let's jump into our content today. As a financial checkup, remember, are you prepared for an unexpected expense? If you answered no, you want to go check out the savings course or the budgeting course. Do you know how much you can spend and earn each month? If you answered no, you want to check out that budgeting course. Do you have an emergency fund? Very important. Check out the budgeting and savings course because an emergency fund is going to be crucial for you. Life happens and it happens fast, and we want to be prepared for when life happens. Do you have a good credit score? Having a good credit score is going to save you so much money. And so in order to have a good credit score, we need the budget, we need savings, we need to ensure that we're paying down debt and using debt to our advantage. There's good debt, there's bad debt. So that's a lot of content, and we'll do a course on that. Do you want a better lifestyle? And this is the most important question. How do you want to live? A lot of times, it's good to invest a lot and live below your means. But there's things that you can do to still enjoy life. Do you like vacations? Do you like visiting the museums? Do you like going to different states and visiting museums? Things like that don't cost a lot, and if you prepare for it, you can budget for it. And a lot of times you can find savings through credit cards, savings through membership programs, rewards programs. I mean, you can find tons of things to do geared towards your passions. If you like hiking or exploring or whatever you like to do, there's ways to budget for it and actually save for it as well. Kind of like how if people like to travel, you can get travel membership points. You travel so much, you get so many free trips. So let's continue. Why would you invest? Well, your vision is why you want to invest. Everyone has a different vision for the future, but we all need free time and money to enjoy it. A lot of times we work for money, and the rich will work to get their time back. Our time is sucked up through jobs, just the normal everyday life of a human being. They work, you come home, you cook dinner, the kids, you have time with your soulmate, whatever, or you're volunteering, you're trying to build a business. Even with that full-time job, it's draining. It's a lot of energy being expensed. And so we want to free up our time. We want to set up systems that generate passive income. We want to set up businesses that will free us up. We don't want to get stuck in an operational process like a mom and pop shop, et cetera, et cetera. And if you're not interested in entrepreneurship or business, just investing is going to do wonders for you if we invest smartly and wisely. And if we sacrifice a little bit today just to invest a little bit more for tomorrow, that money's going to grow and compound. So why should you invest? Still, how much do you need? How much is it going to take to live the lifestyle you want in retirement? And remember, we only limit ourselves sometimes to the United States of America. So, if you want a beach, for example, California, Florida, those are pretty, kind of, or you could go on some places like the coast, Maryland, but those are like very expensive places. If you really wanted to live and retire at a beach where your money could be tripled, check out countries like Panama or Belize. Your dollar is going to go a lot further. The scenery is going to be absolutely beautiful. And so we just want to expand and open your mind to the possibilities. Once you determine what it's going to take to live the lifestyle you want, we can start to work backwards and understand how much it's going to take us to save and invest today to move forward and hit that goal. So why is it so challenging? Social Security may be reduced, not exist, or mandate a later retirement age. How can we get there faster? We'll maximize your 401k and we'll look for a company match, as discussed in our previous course. And we want to monetize a hobby or interest of yours. If you have a close family, do something together that can generate income for that home, such as I know one couple that before they got married, they bought two multifamily homes. They were aligned financially, business-wise, and they each separately bought a multifamily property. And then they got married, and that was, I believe, some tax benefits in that, but they had the same vision. And now they're making passive income, and they just built their own home. So they sacrificed and live with other people. And now the vision, they're starting to live out their vision. And that's just one example. It doesn't have to be that, but we want to make sure that we monetize a hobby or interest. And if you can get a group together to do that, it's going to be even more impactful. That's my dog back there, Lady. One day we'll put her on camera. She's barking up something. All right. So money works for you. Investing gets your money working for you even while you sleep. Investing is going to allow you to hit your goals faster. Let me pause till she gets done. All right. I think she's done barking. All right. So envision what financial security means to you is the first step. What does that mean to you? What is controlling your finances or financial security mean? That's your first step to defining your vision. Let's start. So let me tell you why people decide to learn about investing. To have financial security. Financial security means you're prepared for anything. You can go out, have a good time, spend money. You probably don't have to look at your bank account. You don't have to monitor every dollar because you've set up systems in place of spending and expenses. You set the systems up, you've automated, and now you're just on autopilot and you've got financial security and you're good. You want to go somewhere, buy it. Fine. No, not a problem. It's in the budget. You want to go have fun? Fun. Go ahead. It's in the budget. So, Social Security and Medicare may not be available. And that's why we want to invest today, because we cannot rely on Social Security. We can't rely on Medicare. And even 401ks were designed to prop up the stock market at the time. And so those is a great tool, but we're going to need more than that. We're going to need more tools in the toolbox. So you want to invest to achieve financial freedom and income independence. I want you guys to think about that. Income independence. So a lot of us, we're at a 9-to-5 job, or if you have two jobs, or two jobs and a side hustle. Let's start with the 9-to-5. That's one dependence on an income. We're dependent on that job for income. Now, if you have two jobs, you work a night shift, day shift, that's two sources of income. And that's got to be draining as well, because you're physically exerting yourself and it's your time. It's eating up your time. You have no time to explore your passions, explore your gifts, explore your talents, figure out what you're good at, and start to monetize that. The Bible says the Lord will make way for your gifts. And we won't get too much into that, but the way will be made for you if you are gifted. You're the only you out here. If you have a gift, use the gift. So, income independence. If you have two jobs and a side hustle, that's three incomes, but you want to be able in a position where you just have multiple streams of income. So, and you can do that in various ways, but that's going to create more income independence. The person that's got these two jobs and a side hustle, if one of those goes out, they still have two incomes. The one person that has only one job and that's it, if that job goes out, it's over. It's done. We're in panic mode, unless we have an emergency fund, which is covered in the savings course. Get your money working for you. So, for example, you invest in Google, and Google does great in 3 months. They hit their earnings. They're doing fantastic. Revenue's fantastic. You sleep. For that 3 months, you sleep. Of course, you went to work, but you're asleep. You're literally asleep while Google is humping away, making money, and that share price goes up. Once that share price goes up, you've made money. All you did was place an investment, and you did your normal routine, and now you have increased net worth, increased income, increased profit. So it's gonna get your money working for you, and that's how we gotta think. We need our money to start working for us, because you work hard for every dollar. So let's get those dollars out here so that they can work for us, because then we move into an investor or business owner type quadrant, and those are the quadrants we want to be in. So a few things is, if you have financial security, you're able to take care of your family. You can live the desired lifestyle that you want. You make a difference in the world. You can feel secure and dependent. You can rid yourself of worry and stress. A lot of our stress comes from money. And you can feel secure and dependent within yourself, more confident. So, financial independence goal barometers. These are a few terms that everyone should know. Cash flow. Cash flow is going to be the difference between cash coming in and cash going out. So when we talked in the last course about expenses and income, basically that's income and expenses. And you want to strive to have positive cash flow. That means you're saving more than you're spending. Even if you have a company, that's the idea. We want to save more than we spend. That extra money that we save, we want to put that money to work so that it can do great things for us. Your net worth. is the measure of your net economic position. And I also want to throw in a third one that's not in here. We're going to have to update the slides, but your net worth. Because a lot of times people say that your net worth determines your net worth. So, but going back to net worth is the difference between your assets and your liabilities. So, and then for your network, we want to make sure that we're around people that we're not the smartest ones in the room. We're always learning. We're growing human beings. You should always, always learn. And so, I say and so a lot. We got to change that. This is the second video. We always have to grow. I'll have to re-record this. But investment risk. When considering investing, you want to evaluate your risk and comfort levels. You want to identify risk associated with investments, and you want to measure risk and potential reward. So let's start with the first one, is evaluate your risk and comfort levels. So we have various types of investments that are available to you. We have low risk investments that are safe, and then we have high risk investments that are aggressive and more volatile. So, for example, a high risk investment could be Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. But there's high risk because of the fluctuation and volatility. It's fairly new. It's not, it's past a little bit of its infancy stage, but it's still lots of opportunity there. And so that's what makes it volatile, but there's huge potential for returns. Now, if you go to a safer investment, such as a bond or government treasury security, it's going to give you like a 2 to 4% rate of return, roughly, and it's pretty secure, pretty safe. So, are you more comfortable getting this 4% return, knowing your money will be there, it's safe, or are you comfortable knowing you might lose half or 75% or all of your money, but you can get a 200 to 400 or 1,000% return? So it depends on where you are in life and what's your risk level. The younger you are, the more risk you can take on. The older you start to get, the less risk you want to take, and the more you want to secure that bag. So we'll discuss more risk here. Risk means that there's a chance an investment will not go as planned. You may lose money, okay? You might get stuck in an investment and miss out on other opportunities. Risk typically boosts earning potential. Low risk, lower returns, kind of like the example we gave. And then high risk is going to be higher returns. So here's a beautiful graph here. We've got the return and we've got the risk. So if you look at the green, low risk, you're going to get 3 coins. You got medium risk, that's about 5 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a higher return. And then the highest risk, of course, you get a great return. So a lot of people are comfortable in the middle, depending on your age. If you're older, you want to go ahead with the lower risk. So what we've discussed is your risk tolerance. And you can equate that with what you're comfortable with, just simply looking at the graph that we just reviewed, or you can equate your financial goals, your age, your family status, and your financial situation. You want to definitely plan and consult with your team to help minimize risk. And when we talk about your team, that's going to be your financial advisor or your tax advisor, your attorney, because they should have a holistic understanding of your situation. You want to continue to gain knowledge and manage risk. And so you never want to invest money you cannot afford to lose. You want to invest for the long term. So you want to think marathon, not a sprint. And some people, they do like to play the market. So if you feel like you have the risk tolerance for that, because it can hit you hard, just knowing people in the crypto space. So, if you like the small sprints and gains and returns and you like playing the game, I would definitely say that, because it's more of a calculated risk. It's better than going to a casino unless you're well versed at that, because you've done research and market elements and measures that can be pulled to maximize your investment. And so we take a more of a logical standpoint. Now, the market will trick you lots of times. So a lot of market psychology plays into that, but you want to make sure you invest for the long term and think marathon. Do you always buy name brand items? Some of that money can be used to investing. I would invest. Let's see. I saw somebody with a Fendi purse, but Rihanna doesn't have a stock. But there are Louis Vuitton bags. People like Moet. People like Hennessy. People like various things. I think I need to just name some of my cultural things, but uh, you can invest in Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy. It's LVMH. It's right on the stock market, available to you invest. Um, why buy a bag when you can get shares of stock? And they're doing fantastic. They're killing it, and they're killing it right now, which is it's very impressive. So, and we'll get into covering stocks and things. Leave some comments in the chat, uh, and we'll do videos on that for sure. So let's check out this grid, which is really nice. It covers common types of risk, and then we see how to reduce risk. So we've got inflation risk, liquidity risk, interest rate risk, such as like if you want to buy a home right now, the risk is you could possibly buy a home in the future at a lower rate. The risk is that you're going to be paying a higher amount. The risk, can even say you can refinance. However, you're going to have to pay that higher amount until rates drop enough for you to refinance. So that's a risk. The risk of that money being eaten up by your mortgage instead of being invested in your side hustle, your business, or fun activities, vacations, and experiences that you love to do in life. So then we have business risk, credit risk, opportunity risk, which we kind of discussed the opportunity of if that mortgage is eating everything up, the opportunity of that money being somewhere else is that's the opportunity risk. Market risk, market measures, economic risk, war, Russia, Ukraine, market risk, reinvestment risk, and political risk. So let's take a look at how to reduce risk. If we get our finances in order, that is a major way to reduce risk. If we risk capital, if we come up with an overall plan, if we gain knowledge, if we do our due diligence, if we have an exit plan, a trusted team, and consistency. These are all ways that we can reduce risk. And so I think somebody might have a question about risk capital, but it's basically capital set aside to risk. So let's identify your future needs, because this is going to help you identify or prepare that vision that we talked about in the beginning of the presentation. Future income sources. So let's write out things. If you're passionate, you think you can get some money from side hustles or things that you're passionate about, or you want to start consulting and have a job, let's just think about all the income sources that we might have. Plan your savings. So we want to plan our savings as discussed in the previous course. It's a savings course. It's not as long as this course. It's like 18 minutes and you can skip through it. And we have a self-paced course without me, and you can just go through it without the commentary. Estimating future expenses. So are you going to get a bigger house? Are you going to have a wedding? Are you going to, what are you going to move? That's going to be that you need to calculate that. Are you going to, if you're calculating a salary bump or more money, and then your expenses creep up. So we have something called expense creep, or it's scope creep in project management, but I just made up expense creep. And that's just expenses creeping up as your income goes up. We start to, instead of buying Nestle water, now we're buying Vox. Now we're buying Fiji. We got to have that Fiji water because lifestyle has changed. And now water, we got to upgrade. So we got to watch those expenses that slowly creep in. Keeping up with the Joneses, just keep up with yourself. If you want to top yourself in other areas such as health, uh, strength, diet. Let's boss up in those areas because we need our health in order to be wealthy and enjoy the wealth that you're going to receive. Calculate inflation effects. So inflation is roughly 3%. Is high now, but it roughly rolls around 3 to 4%. So you just want to add that into your calculations. So some key takeaways. I know I kept you long. This is like a half hour. Hopefully it'll upload. But investing is going to help your money to grow, to help you live the lifestyle that you imagine. Having an understanding of your budget, your cash flow, and net worth is going to help you develop your future goals. Investing risk includes loss of capital or missing out on other investment opportunities. Continuous learning about finances is going to empower you to make good decisions. And understanding your risk-reward tolerance is critical. So I want to thank you for listening in for this 27-minute presentation. Again, it's informative. Drop some comments, like, share, please. Spread the word. Go to www.biddlesgroup.com. We're education and consultant, financial education consultant. Is a financial guide there. We've got videos, we've got ebooks, we've got tons of stuff. You can earn points, loyalty programs. And so this is just part of the package that you get. We just finally put these videos out. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And let's keep going. Let's start budgeting, saving, and investing. Those are the 3 courses we covered. So let's start doing that. Thank you.